Buenos dias. That's how you say good morning in Spanish. Welcome to Dhruv Tara Kids News. Today is Friday, December 6, 2019, and here are the top 5 news highlights exclusively for you. Stay tuned. Number 1. When was the last time that you searched something on Google? Not long ago, right? There's no doubt that Google is one of the biggest inventions in the history of the internet. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the Stanford graduate students who founded Google over 2 decades ago, are stepping down from executive roles at Google's parent company Alphabet. They announced on Tuesday. Sundar Pichai, Google's chief executive, will become the chief of both Google and Alphabet. Congratulations! Did you know that the name Google is actually a misspelling of Google? And a Google is a mathematical term meaning 10 raised to the power of 100. So, in other words, that's 1 with 100 zeros behind it, which was picked to signify that the search engine was intended to provide large quantities of information. Number 2. Chilly mornings, winter woolies and hot chocolate milk. Winters are special. But I'm not a fan of the short winter days. How about you? Well, if you two are in the same boat, then you may want to avoid the town at the top of the world, Utqiagvik, Alaska. That's because the northernmost city in the US just experienced its last sunset of the year on November 19, 2019. Even worse, it will not witness a sunrise again until January 23, 2020. Polar nights. More precisely, that means 65 consecutive days or 1560 hours of no daylight. And this happens every year. Well, why? You see, since the Earth revolves around the Sun at a 23.5 degree angle, as you can see in the picture, the polar regions are tilted away from the Sun during the winter months. So these areas receive either complete sunlight or no sunlight. Number 3. Indian Navy's motto is Sham no Varuna, which means that the god of water, Varuna, should be auspicious unto us. Every year, India celebrates Indian Navy Day on December 4. It's a day of tribute to the Indian Navy's achievements and to the sacrifices made by its personnel. But the specificity of the date holds an underlying story of the force's bravery and courage that brought victory for India in the 1971 war against Pakistan, Operation Trident. The theme this year is Indian Navy, silent, strong and swift. Indeed, the Navy has steadily increased its power since Indian independence. Our warships and missiles can hit targets under the sea, over the sea and on the sea surface. Jai Hind. Number 4. Montgomery, USA has unveiled a new statue in honor of civil rights leader Rosa Parks. The ceremony took place on December 1, which is also the date that Rosa Parks was arrested back in 1955. On December 1, 1955, a bus conductor asked Rosa Parks to give up her seat in the segregated section, which means seating meant for black people, for a white passenger. She refused to oblige because she found it unconstitutional and a violation of her rights. She was arrested for not giving up her seat. Her defiance led to the Montgomery bus boycott, spearheaded by Martin Luther King Jr. The civil rights movement was a fight to ensure that everyone was treated equally and enjoyed the same rights. Number 5. Who likes apples? Well, I do, but I don't like the overripe ones. Well, Washington State University has created a new breed of apples that last for up to a year in the refrigerator. Whoa! The apple Cosmic Crisp is a crossbreed of the Honey Crisp and Enterprise apples. It has taken 2 decades for the new breed of apples to develop after the trials began in 1997. Farmers in the state of Washington are exclusively allowed to grow the fruit for the next decade. It's an ultra crisp apple. It's relatively firm. It has a good balance of sweet and tart, and it's very juicy, said Kate Evans, who co-led the apple's breeding program at Washington State University. More than 12 million Cosmic Crisp trees have been planted, and a strict licensing system does not permit farmers to grow the apples in other parts of the country. Kids, I hope you enjoyed the news highlights. Today's word of the day is gusto. Gusto means enjoyment and enthusiasm in doing something. Kids, that's all for today. Think and wonder. Wonder and think. Keep learning and keep growing. Please help us out by sharing this YouTube video with your friends and family and subscribing to our channel. See you again on Tuesday. Lots of love. Dhruv Tara.